Hey, welcome to the Tolleson-Mack podcast. We're at Lazy E. They started the horse sale in the background, and I think Brandon's pretty interested in one. So we'll be keep looking down there at the sales ring as we're doing this.
Some money somewhere.
Gotta borrow some, sell some hay. Yeah. Sawyer Barham, he's on today.
AK Saw Dog.
Saw Dog.
You got
So
it.
everybody knows him. Saw
right.
Doggy.
That's
Right.
right.
Man, we hang out with more number nines than I think anybody gets to in the world. 9 time. Number 9. I mean,
9 lives.
9 lives. Like, yeah, just more number 9s going around this bitch than anything else, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So-
I call it almost a 10. That's what
Almost
I
a
don't.
10.
They say what's your number? Almost a 10.
Right?
You know.
Yeah.
I ain't saying what
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what I almost am then. I'm almost there.
So what's the scoop? I hear a rumor you used to drive for Caleb.
I drove for Caleb for a year.
How was
Almost
that?
a year. I almost made it a year.
Yeah.
No,
How was it?
It was good. It was really cool because I roped and stuff around here, and I never got to see that Northwest, that all them rodeos, out there that they, like, your Livingston, all them cool rodeos, like, and I got to see them, got to see how the business side works, and that's the biggest part of it.
Did you ever think that, them guys making the NFR, they had to drive that much to get to the NFR?
I mean, I kind of figured, but also I didn't know, we need to load up, and like once we run the steer, everything needs to be loaded, and we're going to chunk these horses in there, and we're going to drive 9 hours.
100 miles an hour.
Yes, and yeah.
And we might just barely make
Yeah,
it. We might not make
literally
it.
unload, and that's where that was so cool too. Is like them horses holding up through all that stuff. Like
You noticed that. You
War
saw
horses.
To do it.
Yeah, I've always rode kind of. Being from Oklahoma and being a poor kid, I've rode kind of junk and you get by.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there's no way I could ride. I've never had a horse that I could. Yeah. I thought I could jump out. It's raining. Jump out, throw the saddle on. We got to run one, and then we got to just.
Jackal, you got to
Come
see
back in and
Jackal
do it
still
again.
about them times, right? The legendary Jackal.
Yeah. I'm gonna say that was the last year right there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Jim.
Yep.
What a cool name for a horse that is.
Yeah.
That was,
right.
man, he was legendary. He didn't have any horse papers. They were lost in a couple horse trading deals with him, but
Oh, I got a bunch of them.
he would have
Those are valuable. I got a bunch of horses.
he would have
like
went
that.
down as one of the greatest that ever lived just because he would have won so many horses of the years. But that
man.
horse, he got hauled so much. You got to travel. It's like, man, that horse went 20 years like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
a horse like that, and when Jade got him, I didn't know a lot of. Me and Dog, Corey Coons weren't tight. He's older than me and whatnot. But Jade, when he had him, he's like, man, he just loved healing steers.
Yeah, the horse loved it.
You don't train, you don't do nothing.
Johnny
you don't
Ringo
maintain
did it,
him.
yeah.
You slow a horse down sometimes.
The good
and
rodeo
stuff
horses
like
like
that.
it. It's weird to say, doing that, how we jumped him in the trailer, rode him, all that stuff.
And
They
this
love
is
it.
the level they start liking it at, right?
Right.
Coming here doing deals like this, like Billy's deal, and this is the level where they start liking it at.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty fun where the horse game is going, and even the shows.
Oh.
Like you got to bring your horse to this deal. You didn't have to rope in the roping, but you brought it to sell.
Yeah, and then I have a 4-year-old that I haven't been getting the rope, and he's behind. And I dang near entered him, because the 3-tier deal.
Yeah.
I was like, I can place and get my money back and then some. But I didn't get to rope for the whole month, But I brought him here with me with the sale horse and let him see some stuff, and that's how you
That's
end up
important
getting
to him, right?
Yeah.
Like get him around the speakers, get him around the lights, get him around the guys. And
Like, this is the first time I ever hauled my horse anywhere, and we came halfway across the damn country, so I get it.
had a pit stop in Wilcox.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Little pit stop.
Yeah, we had one.
Brandon
Rodeo.
calls
That's
me.
rodeoing.
I felt like I'm an old cowboy.
Pano broke down Wilcox or what?
Yeah,
Brandon calls me from his daughter's basketball games like, hey, man, I need you to do me a solid. Can you handle this?
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on.
Hey, literally, they left Vale, and Wilcox is what, 30,
Tucson.
45 minutes away?
No,
That's
Tucson.
tops.
They
Yeah.
left Tucson and broke down to Wilcox.
Oh, okay.
The Bungo.
They made it an hour down the road for the first
Oh,
breakdown.
man. But we made it.
So close.
That's rodeo.
Yeah,
I mean, how many
and
breakdowns
that's-
did you have when you were
ooh.
rodeoing? Like blown
Yeah,
tires.
so
How many
Caleb-
tires have you rolled off the trailer? That's a common
and Caleb
denominator.
was really cool. The business side, he was really good about
Take care of equipment.
everything. Was when we did get home, my first job was to take everything and get it service, everything was
That's awesome.
I did
Done.
see his new trailer's got like a box in the side of it.
For
Did you
his
see that for his
ropes,
ropes? Like it keeps
Yeah.
them all temperature
cool.
controlled.
Kelly over there at Stephenville Truck and Trailer.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing's legit. That
Yeah.
trailer that he's
Yeah.
got.
So what are you doing now? Are you doing some? You got your own company now?
So,
and
like,
some-
I mean,
Saw
you know,
Dog
I've
International.
always done whatever to
Hustling,
get by.
just
I,
hustling.
I ride them, slide them, I'll pour some concrete.
I ride them and slide
slide them
them.
and
And-
pour concrete.
And dentistry, you know, like that's equine
Yeah,
dentistry.
you've been
that was
getting
like
into that
the
now?
first thing that I've ever. I mean, I've done it for 5 or 6 years.
Talk a little bit about that because I feel like I try to get my horse looked at every year, and if they're wanting to look real pretty and fat, it starts right there with their teeth because they can
Yeah.
grind their food up a little.
And then
better.
especially with these futurities, it's
Yes.
huge. Like, and the cutters know it. Like, they are, like, come October, because all those horses, they shed their baby teeth
Yes.
in October.
Yes.
So they're half year. If they're bred right, you know, if they're fold out
Mhm.
right, they're going to be losing it their half year. So October, and then most of your big show, like, you know, your rope horse futurities and stuff, everything in the fall
Yep.
that's where all your big stuff is.
You got to make sure the bits. Their teeth are maintained.
Yeah,
You can do what you need to with your hands and stuff, and it doesn't hurt them.
exactly.
So you got
That's
the
where-
wolf teeth and
Yeah.
a few teeth that you need to grind down. Because I don't know if people that are listening don't know this. A horse that doesn't get maintained, you can stick your finger just up their cheek right here, and it will cut your finger
Oh,
just by
man.
just
Oh.
touching the teeth. So
I mean, look at
yeah,
look at
like
that right
I'm
there.
telling you, like
I
it's
did
very
some on
important to
Second
get your
one.
horse.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's very important to get your horse's teeth maintained. I feel real strong about that.
Yeah, and that's what I mean.
What do you call your dentistry outfit?
I mean, I
Just saw dog.
Saw dog.
yeah.
Saw dog.
I think you should call it
So I
riding and
just-
sliding
Just saw
dentistry.
dog, that's
I have
all.
like a business guy, you know. I went back. I dove back into concrete. I didn't want to, and I did it.
Nobody wants to do concrete.
You know, like getting married and all that. I needed to buy a house, so I dove back off into it for a year, pretty hard. It was busy, and I was my end goal was always like get some money saved up, do dentistry. Like that was because then if I do dentistry, like when I pour a slab or something, when I come home, I can't ride horses. I'm so
Yeah.
sore.
I don't know anybody that wants to pour concrete.
Yeah.
No.
That's the hardest.
I start walking around like Jason.
You
You
don't-
don't there, you know.
That old man, huh?
Yeah.
Oh man,
So what about let's talk about old Dustin Hicks? If we don't
Oh,
talk
that-
about him, he'll be mad at
young
him.
Dusty.
Old Dustin.
we
Young
like old
Dusty.
Dusty.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
start your career. Tell us
Yeah,
about that.
yeah,
a little
that was my first driver, you
Right.
know.
Yeah, you got a
Black
first start.
flag
You were
man extraordinaire.
you were
Yeah.
15. You said as a 9.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
and Dustin had a horse called Dragon, and I had the same horse I rode when I was a 4 when I first started healing. Took me all the way to 9,
Wow, that's cool.
and then I was kind of trying to step up and whatnot. I didn't have no money, you know, but Dustin had that Dragon, and I had a 2-horse side by side in the truck, and Dustin, we'd jump in, we'd go everywhere together.
Yeah.
And
No, he really talks highly of you, and that's how I met you through him and Jason and stuff. And
Dustin's pretty easy to get along with.
yeah.
yeah,
Pretty easy to be around.
Oh,
That guy.
Old Saw Dog come over there, and you wear that hat I gave you for about 2 years. They said
That
you
was
said you
a
had some
good
sweat on
hat.
it.
That was a good hat,
That's a
man.
good hat. I mean, there ain't
Hey,
much
that
better.
was-
How many hat whippings and
Oh
you
man.
had to stomp
like-
it at least once.
So
and
they're
kinda
kind
fix
of
it.
like this hat, but you had like the kind of a square patch.
Yeah, I had a
deal
patch on it.
embroidered
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I remember that. Like that was.
Yeah, I'll have to
That
get
was
you
the
some
deal.
more.
That was good. Well, we'll make sure you get some of these. You can try them out.
Oh yeah,
for the
I
next
got
couple
I got me
years, right?
some. I'll wear this one for a year and
Yeah.
a half too. You know.
Yeah,
Start over there's fine.
you can just set it over there. Lady's trying to bring us some chicken strips.
Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about.
You been opening it much? Are you going to go to Wickenburg this year?
Yes,
You're gonna-
I'm planning on. That's where
Yeah.
I'm.
You gonna rope
what's
that old man
awesome
Jason
about-
Williams over there?
I don't know about Jay.
Remember that those practice sessions over there with old Jason Williams?
Oh man, you know.
Where are you gonna stay at up there in Wickenburg?
So my wife, her family has a place in Maricopa. There's some
Oh,
Canadians, some snowbirds, you know, just right over there. They have a sweet place, and honestly, I love the evenings with those Canadians. Is like
They're fun.
they're so fun.
There's a little neighborhood there in Maricopa, just south of the dairy.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that where it's at?
Thunderbird Road, man.
Yeah, so that's where it's at.
Yeah.
So right there, just south of you where all those big trees are, like an old tree farm.
Yeah, the old tree farm.
Yeah,
They say it burned, huh?
Yeah, it burned. So
Yeah.
I run the cattle on that old tree farm right there.
No way.
And it burned the other day, and I mean, you wouldn't believe what was crawling out of that tree farm, boy.
Ooh, boy. So that's what.
Everything.
So Colt,
Tyrannosaurus
dude,
Rex.
that's what. So Colton made the finals his first year in 16 with Shay or whatever, and he just bought the place that Jeremy Bueller lives at now, and it was.
Oh yeah, he lives over there.
It is right off Thunderbird, right on that wash. And originally it was me and Trisha went out there, and I was gonna practice with him, like be his practice partner before the finals and stuff. And I just had some 4-year-olds, and I went to some small futurities, and that's what I used to ride through that tree. So he lives on the other side of the tree farm from Colton, where Bueller lives now. And I used to trot all through there all the time. I'd ride colts, and I'd had a bunch of outside horses and stuff.
Yeah, that was like a nursery's growing facility, and it's like they just let it go.
You didn't know you almost died riding through there every time.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah,
you had
for sure.
eyes
But
looking
that's
at you.
Yeah, there's
no,
some
it's
stuff in there.
it's
we
pretty
used to call
crazy.
it Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because they have a bunch of little houses up in there, right? And I mean, that's what I would trot them through there and trot across that field and go to his house to rope and you got this cold going. I'm like, well, if they can make it over there, they're ready.
They make it through that gauntlet of trees and monkeys.
Yeah.
We're good. Yeah, there ain't no telling what people turned out in there. Yeah. I hear rumor. I know a guy gonna buy a kangaroo.
Huh?
Come check that out. Yeah, I know a guy got a kangaroo on order.
I want to rope a kangaroo.
Ain't roping my kangaroo.
They're so friendly.
Gotta work on your timing. That big hops.
You want to rope Brandon's kangaroo?
You're not roping my kangaroo.
Empty hops right there. Got to work on that.
Hey, you're gonna have to ask Brock Hansen. I did some handling the other day. Like
Were you putting him in his loop?
If you need him spun back, I'm
you
your
putting
man.
him in Brock Hansen's
You need
loop?
him spun back. I'm your man.
That guy's a freak. He's unreal.
That guy's really good.
He's so good.
We're just sitting here watching him. It's just lights out. Like, you need him turned, he turns them. You need the feet caught, he catches their feet.
No.
Here's a rope. Just rope the cow.
Yeah.
Just cool rope.
Here, do your job.
I got geeked out. He used to ride my horse, so we got to reminisce about it. So
yeah, you guys were loving that.
yeah, I was happy.
And I get the impression from Brock that, like, he's kind of like, I was talking this the other day. There's a picture going around the internet of Derek and Coulter sitting looking at an arena, and they're both got their Wrangler Pearl Snap shirts on, and they're looking out there across the arena like they could give a shit less what's going on in the arena. They're hoping that a bull gets out, like somebody leaves a gate open and something goes running.
Yeah, just waiting on him, just waiting for him,
just waiting on a wreck. You know, there's waiting on something.
Waiting for Lucky Bucky. Out, huh?
Right?
He does it all the time. Man. You got to stay with that guy.
He was telling me
with you.
He's worth freaking doing it though. Like that's what I've been waiting for one like that.
He's fast, man.
He's
so fast
Lucky
as I got
Bucky?
to ride.
Lucky
Yeah.
Bucky.
He's
Man.
so fast.
Remember, it was California the year I drove for Driggers, and you was healing. I can't remember. You might have been healing for JB out there, and
I had a good month out there.
and I would just, I was set on horse. I jackpotted a little. I headed some of the jackpots and stuff, but you'd be like pulling your rope up, and he's just getting it.
Oh, yeah. No, I got off him and just lead him everywhere.
That's what
and I'd just be laughing. And
he would
like,
lead
dude.
like a show steer, but you get on him, he's like a freaking monster racehorse just wanting to do something. You're like, whoa.
Well, that was
whoa,
like
whoa.
yesterday. Trevor had that horse, and we were trying to keep that horse in the shot, and Trevor's like, no.
he's
This
like,
dude's
get
a
off.
pest, dude.
Yeah.
He goes, he's a pest. He won't leave us alone if we're trying to do this.
That's like Dre, the horse that Driggers, he
Yeah, that
rode
was a
for.
cool horse.
I mean, he's still alive. I think he's at Kelly's house right now.
right.
He's like 20. He's probably 25 by now. I don't
thought
know.
he passed away.
He's a trooper. And Driggers let me ride him at the county rope, and it was kind of our farewell tour. Like it was end of the season. I wasn't going to go to the finals with him, and dude, that horse would just like a bulldogging horse, just run people over and stuff. But once you get him in the box, I'm like, yeah, he's worth putting up with that all day. I'll run everybody over in here to get to back him in the box.
I think when Junior asked Driggers about it, like Drigger was all about it.
Yeah.
Because you knew that horse, same thing back in the box. Everything else is just
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Well, you had
And it's good for junior.
We're here rodeoing, trying to make a living. We're not at a show horse.
Yeah.
We're not at a Western Pleasure thing. We're
it's
at a
like
rodeo.
putting up with a quarterback that has some bullshit, but he's still, throwing
Exactly.
touchdowns.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
You know,
He's
we got a
performing.
few.
Just let him do whatever he wants to do.
Mhm.
He's a
You know,
winner.
he has a DUI over here.
We'll get him.
It's like Brandon with the podcast, we just,
They drive me everywhere and just stick the microphone.
Yeah,
in my face.
yeah.
Like that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as I can get on the plane, get past the security, we're all
Yeah.
right.
50-50 a lot of times.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Well, you've been one of my homies for a little while, so
Yeah.
we'd love to see you and see what's
Yeah.
up. So
I can't
Yeah,
wait
come
to
see us. Did you
I
hear
can't
that?
wait to get to the new Tolleson-Mack. It's a new one, right?
Well,
From back in the day.
Same
Oh
as
yeah,
the new
yeah.
studio.
Yep.
New
Good
studio.
and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
maybe you can come over and kind of help with the
Little part
arena a
two
little
it?
bit.
Little part
Let's
two.
get
it?
Yeah, when you come to Phoenix.
A couple slabs,
come see me.
slabs over there,
Yeah,
add
we
some
need
bolts,
some. Yeah.
do some
no.
teeth.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah.
do your all around work.
All
over
around.
there.
Oh yeah, you could do a little
Let's
teeth
get it.
fitting.
Look,
Yeah,
that's
you
what.
need to
Riding
come to-
inside
Dude,
industry.
I love. It's my favorite place.
We'll go pick up
Arizona.
Mr. Hicks and we'll go have us a meeting and then have a good little podcast.
Well,
Remember the
it's-
meetings in Levine?
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
at least Dustin, he's not allowed in the Silver Pony anymore. So
No.
we might
None
get
of us
some-
are allowed in the
nobody
Silver
is.
Pony anymore.
So we might get some stuff done if we don't just
But
venture off to the Silver
There's
Pony
plenty of
alone.
silver ponies though.
Yeah.
You don't have to go
Yeah.
to that specific.
No,
one.
yeah.
Oh, I
and
remember-
that's
Oh
talking
man.
about Kyan, that's where I first met him.
Yeah.
I knew him
Yeah.
as a kid growing up. Like the guy that taught me how to rope was an old
Shout out to Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice there, man.
Good
man.
times, man.
That was my
That
homie.
was-
Muy guapo. That's what all the
Man.
girls called him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guapo.
guapo.
Wow.
Andale guapo.
Yeah, Bry's here right now too, and we've been
Really?
hanging out. Yeah,
Somewhere.
Good.
but
We don't
yeah,
know exactly where, but somewhere.
Yeah.
Here.
He's here.
He-
in the state of.
he was with us 2 days ago, and then we didn't see him all day yesterday, but he's somewhere.
But if we need him, we call
He's
him.
Yeah.
trying to venture around.
Yeah.
try to sign an autograph.
He had a lot of
somewhere.
meeting. He had a meeting.
Yeah.
Lot
yeah.
Fans.
A lot of fans.
So we got this podcast going, and then we started hearing the stories about him being the rookie of the year, and he started wearing his
We didn't even know.
no, then he started wearing his San Antonio buckle and stuff. We're like, oh, he's trying to get
what?
yeah,
He's
He,
thinking
he was
about
like,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, cracking
trying to
my
get his
back.
Letting
get
y'all
his
know.
love,
I had to let everybody know that
getting his flowers finally.
Man, I love the old like the old BFI tapes and stuff, and that's where I think team roping was so cool. It's so cool. It's a cool sport to watch from
Games evolved a lot.
50 years, I guess, or
Yeah.
whatever. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Would they rope at the BFI and then jump in the trucks and go win the high school finals?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not a
That's-
whole lot of guys that have.
No,
done that, right?
yeah, like that's
Yeah, and he was telling us, they won San Antonio, and Bry's just a good dude. Kyan was a good dude. I
oh
mean,
man,
Yeah, both of those guys will let you know what's on their mind.
The original brother
I
team.
love it. Yes.
They are. For
Yes,
days.
sir.
I talked to Matt Sherwood, Cesar. I always because Kyan was my uncle basically, so I always be like, what about Kyan? And everybody had a story about him.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to the point where I would just ask the most random person, and everybody knows him. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was a stud. So
That's
Right.
kind of like a high school rodeo with Marty Yates. That's kind of how I got to Texas and got to meet everybody, know everybody, and all that. And his uncle Roe was kind of
Bro.
Roe Woodrow. He was kind of the Texas version
Kyan.
of Kyan. Man, that dude just Marty he drew up somewhere roping calves, and so me and Roe was gonna go to a rodeo one time, and Roe he hadn't roped in 10 years or whatever. Gets
Yeah, me
on.
too.
He's like, I'm gonna get Hound Dog, this old fat horse out in pasture. I'm like, you head on him, and he just spins me 10 back, and then I'm like, oh dude, we're gonna win, like that's. And then and then I'm like, day before the rodeo, I'm like, you about to replace Marty over there? Are we still good? Ah man, I think I'm just gonna sort some cows today.
I'm all right. We're just
Yeah,
Dude,
we're
I got
good.
a story like that on Bry. He was on vacation, and he comes home from vacation, and he says, hey, I need to borrow a truck. I said, okay, no problem. Give him a truck. I said, where are you going? He says, oh, I'm going to go to Globe. They're giving away a pickup up there in the roping. I said, how long has it been since you roped? He said, I've been on vacation for a little while.
3 to 5.
So, yeah, I don't know, maybe like 5-6 years. And I was like, oh, you're going to go into the truck roping? And I'm laughing, man. And he leaves, and then he calls me a couple days later and says, hey, can you send somebody up here to pick up your truck?
Yeah.
I go, why? Did it break down or something? He goes, no, I won this other one, and I can't drive them both back.
That's exactly like he
No, it's the
was
same-
that dude.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's the
like,
same
a winner.
dude.
Yeah.
I
he
have
was-
when Bry got hurt, he got jet ski wreck real bad, and Kyan called me and said, "Hey, Bry's pretty hurt. You need to come see him in case he don't make it through the night because we've been friends a long time." And I haul ass up there and I see him, and Kyan's all shook up or whatever. So he makes it through and gets a little better, and they have an auction for Bry. All the money's gonna go to him because he can't work or whatever, and they auction off one of Kyan's trophy saddles from somewhere. I can't even remember where it was, and I bought it. And at the time, I thought, "Wow, that's cool." Like, this dude's kind of been my hero since I was a little kid. Like he's just always been a badass.
Yeah.
Like you grow up, those guys are 10 years older than you or whatever, and you just think of them as a badass. Like, a hero doesn't have to be a superstar or a movie star. And so when I got the news the other day of what happened to Kyan, we took that saddle. I've never rode that saddle, never nothing. And I had my guy that rides my horses. We put a big saddle rack in the very top of my tack room, and I told him, I said, "Get on a ladder and put that saddle up there, and nobody's gonna ride that saddle, touch that saddle, nothing." So at least I get to see that one.
That's
That's
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's a cool story. I love them boys, and Bry's fun. So.
I really like those guys like him. Like, and he probably didn't even know that I knew he was, he roped so good and all that, but he would never tell you, like he was.
Hell
just,
no, because he was wearing some goofy ass affliction shirt or some shit like that, like American fighters.
Yeah,
shit like that. You'd never know.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you'd never know.
No, and I love the guys like that, man. They're just so chill.
Humbleness.
You talk to everybody.
Ease on
cool,
through.
Lane Frost,
What's up, bro?
Yeah,
What's up, bro?
Arm up, chest out.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, we'll let you go get your rope horse ready. Are you sell horse, right?
Let's get him sold, huh?
Number 52, and he runs through the sale at 32, right?
Yeah, come on, show me the money.
Yeah. There we can
Get the
They're
money.
getting the triple digits.
We'll get the bump. All right, man.
Right on. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.